So how do you fall out of love? Because you've realized it is over. Perhaps both of you have separated, but you still have these feelings and you want to get rid of them. You want to fall out of love. In that particular instance, this is the perfect video for you. And thus, by following the steps that I'm gonna mention in this video, over time, you'll be able to get rid of these feelings and will be able to fall out of love in a healthy way. With that said, let's get started. Number one, allow yourself to be sad for a while. Sometimes when we're in this particular situation, all we want to do is to get rid of the feeling. We don't want to feel anything. We want to get rid of all of this hurt, all of this sadness. But the truth is, a lot of times it is very important to give yourself this moment to be mourning, grieving, and give yourself the space to express your sadness. Because a lot of times all we want to do is act normal and act like we're not struggling. But what this does is that it puts a bigger emotional struggle on you. And thus it's completely normal to talk to other individuals and tell them that you're sad. Obviously, while telling them that you're sad, you can tell them that it doesn't mean we can't do all of the other activities. We can't be normal individuals like we usually are. Just be mindful that I'm struggling at the moment, and your friends and family will be completely understandable with that. Number two, reflect on the relationship. In every single relationship, there were good things and bad things. And when it comes to the good things, you now understand what the things are that you find very important in another individual. And in terms of the bad things, now you understand what you don't want in other individuals. And if you're someone that wants to fall out of love, and if you want to fall out of love and forget the other individual, it is very important to forgive them if they've done bad things. A lot of times we don't want to forgive them, but it's very crucial for our own mental health and our own emotional stability to forgive them. Because if you don't forgive them, and every time you think about the scenario, every time you think about what they've done to you, it will emotionally trigger you, and this way sadness will come back. You might feel lonely, you might feel hurt, and I'm not telling you that you won't feel those things once you forgive them. Most likely you'll still feel it, but it will have less of an impact on you. And hey, I'm not telling you to go to that person and tell them, hey, I forgive you. This is more of a journey for yourself. I want you to mentally forgive them, so every time you think about them, it doesn't hurt as much as it used to. And that's the key, because if you're someone that wants to fall out of love, obviously there have been good things and there have been bad things. And if you're someone that wants to get rid of this feeling, you need to be able to forgive them and move on. Number three, be alone for a while. Because a lot of times what happens is that once people go out of relationships, they instantly go out with friends and family. And I'm talking about a drastic amount, a lot more than they previously did. And they always say to compensate for the previous period because they were attached to someone. But usually it's just to distract themselves from the feeling. It's to distract themselves from being hurt. And although it's a good thing to do that, you also need some alone time. You need time for yourself because you're not used to constantly going out with people, constantly being on the run, constantly doing a lot of activities. You're more used to having a more chill life, and thus if you're gonna get yourself into this hectic life, it will be a lot harder for you to fall out of love. Another reason you want to have more alone time is that you don't want to instantly rush yourself in a new relationship just because you feel lonely, just because you feel sad, just because you are hurt. Because what will happen is that you're gonna carry all of this emotional baggage. Number four, it's over. So if you say that it's over, be a man of your word. If it's over, it simply means that it is over. So don't be someone that's gonna stalk on the individual. Don't be someone that's gonna ask your friends, hey, do you know what this person is up to? Just focus on yourself, focus on your own life, and this will help you to move on quicker and fall out of love. Because what will happen is that if you are someone that's gonna ask what this other person is up to, if you are someone that's gonna stalk the other individual, what will happen is that even though you're trying to get rid of the feelings, you're trying to fall out of love, every time you see an image of that person, every time you hear what they are up to, you get an emotional spike because your body is so attached to the individual, and this will make it a lot harder to fall out of love and get rid of all of the feelings. So those were the 4 steps on how you can fall out of love. And I hope this video was useful and informative. If it was, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. And if you'd like me to make more videos like this in the future, please leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate your time and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye bye.